This is called The Bottles of Human Pain, I Pray. It's a kind of a poetry. And it's based on God gave me 1 John 3:4. No sin is greater in God's eyes. Everyone who sins is breaking God's law, for all sin is contrary to the law of God. I pray your soul never cries out in anguish so deep that you exhausted all earthly resources. I pray you've never been created to feel the depths, the lengths, the widths of the recesses of your soul, to know with the innermost knowing that you were created for more, and the pain of your disappointment in you. I pray that as a sinner, you never hear the heartbeat of God so clearly calling you in your very sin so profoundly that you have to drink or have intimate relationships or smoke or hurt others to drown it out. Because it gets louder as you drown out his heartbeat, a quiet murdering calling from within the skin. I pray you never have to look at the beauty of the gifts God has given you to say, how dare you force my soul to acknowledge you, God, knowing full well that no earthly thing can compare to you, Lord. An offensive reckoning with the creator of your soul alone, of your true divinity, beckoning you daily to come to him alone. The silent deafness of the loud screams within, knowing that you can only begin again with him. I pray you are never forced to choose an addiction because the cavernous crater in your soul is so unfathomable. You are broken beyond belief, and it's so blatant that nobody can see it. You are forced into self-hatred because self-love is a radical retreat your family never allowed you or knew. Self-esteem is another planet away that you've never seen. Family forgot to leave you the blueprint. I pray you never have to use others' body count to build a stairway to heaven because your very soul calls out in decibels that the human heart cannot hear, breaking the sound barrier so loudly that animals can hear, but other humans can't. I pray you never become broken like me again. I pray the Father catches you before and takes you into the deep of his heart, piercing back together what was shattered and torn apart, loving you back into wholeness. I pray you never have to count bodies instead of bottles. See, there's no difference, just a change of address. One comes with widely open acceptance and the other comes with a scarlet letter. Of this Hester Prynne can attest. I pray you never hide your pain in the recesses of another soul, desiring to feel the warmth of God, to know love greater than your brokenness. See, bottles can be discarded, but bodies live to tell tales. The tormenting strategy of the enemy with the desire of your soul to finally impale, remember him? By any route necessary, see, intimacy is not the champion of sin. It's the only sin that starts and damages the body from within. The sin of bodies and bodies is the same, except the bottles can be discarded in a receptacle, never to be remembered again. Oh wait, they are the same. We are in fact the same alcoholics of a different name, both anesthetizing human pain, one using bodies to drown their deep pain within. But the one that carries the stigma more is the one that paid the upfront for the grain alcohol, but that used human bottle to mask its pain, but not the one. See, your physical bottles have names like Mary Jane's, Stella Ortiz. Mine carry human pain and have eyes not so easily discarded. I pray the Father catches you before and takes you into the deep of his heart, piercing back together what was shattered and torn apart, loving you back into wholeness. Because that's why Jesus came.